many people ask us, as full-time RVers, what do you do in a typical day? Well, I'll tell you some things that we don't do. We're not on vacation, although it feels like vacation. So we don't go running around going to sites all day long every day. That would be way too tiring. So we do some fun things, some things that we really enjoy. So I'm going to show you a recipe for something that you can cook in your RV for dessert that's really good, right, Bruce?
Right, it's very good.
And it's so super easy. It'll just take a few minutes. And then we're going to take you to a really good restaurant to have lunch with us. And then we're going to take you another place that you're going to be amazed and you're going to be so jealous that you're not there with us.
So we are glad to have you along for this typical day. We are the Redhead and The Preacher, full-time RVers from Dallas, Texas. And we just want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified of all future videos. Let's get going with a typical day in our life. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the beginning of our typical day. And for me, this is where it begins, at the coffee pot. I've made my coffee and I'm on my way to pick up my Bible. That's what I do first thing in the morning, is I read my Bible for about 30 or 45 minutes. Right now, I'm reading in the Gospel of Luke. After I read my Bible for that length of time, I pray for my two daughters and their families. I'm down here doing my morning devotions, and Linda is upstairs doing her. Now we want to invite you to come along. It's time to exercise our heart. It's a beautiful morning here in Colorado, and so the first thing we do is we go out for a walk. Once returning from our walk, believe it or not, we get on our bicycles and we ride our bicycles. Hey, now let's join Linda in the kitchen.
I'm going to show you a really simple, easy, delicious dessert. Everybody always wants to know, what can you make easy in an RV? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to make pear roll-ups today. I've diced pear that we got here in our RV park. So you can use any kind of fruit that you would like. Peaches are really good. Apples, any kind of fruit. Usually use fruit that is getting kind of old and are crisper and that are beginning to turn soft. Or you can use pie filling. Don't like that as well, but you can use that. So cut up your fruit, whatever it could be, and then you're going to need some brown sugar, and we're going to add that. And let's just put all this in the pan, because we're going to cook the fruit until it's nice and soft, and with the brown sugar. Now, and then we're going to add some cinnamon, and I forgot to get the cinnamon out. Just a minute. Here's my cinnamon, and a little bit of cinnamon, and then some water, and enough water that's going to cook. Can you see that? So that's the way it's going to look. We're going to put that on the fire, and we're going to let that cook until all of that fruit is very soft. And now, while we were waiting for our pears to cook, where they're really soft, they've gotten to that consistency right now. I hope you can see this. It's like this. And what I do sometimes to speed it up is to use the good old potato masher to help get them a little bit softer. So now I use a little bit of cornstarch and water, and so then I just pour a little of the cornstarch in to thicken it up a little bit, and you can see, put it back on the stove until the cornstarch does its magic. And now we're ready. And so you can see it's very simple. Most of the ingredients I'm sure you already have in your kitchen. So if you have a sweet tooth, you can just make some. And there, I think that's ready. And I'm using gluten-free tortillas, flour tortillas. I presume if you're not gluten-free, then I'm allergic to wheat, so I have to use those. Just use regular tortillas. Then take your mixture of the pears, cinnamon, and the brown sugar and a little cornstarch. You don't have to use very much fruit. And then just roll it up. Let me move that out of the way. And roll it up. And there we go. There's one. Now, as soon as we get this out of the pan, and naturally with RV'ers, we don't like to dirty any more dishes or pans or anything like that than we have to. So what I'm going to do is just use a little water, and just a little, and use some brown sugar. And I'm going to melt some brown sugar and put over the top, because you don't want them crispy, you want them soft. And a little bit more of cinnamon, and we're going to put this back on the stove and let this melt just for a few minutes. I'm preheating the oven right now. In the RV, I only cook on the top rack, otherwise everything burns. But this is in the oven for such a short time, it's not going to burn wherever you put it. So here we go. And I recommend that you use the non-stick foil. That is wonderful, I think. So basically, this is all you need is the brown sugar, the cornstarch, the cinnamon, your fruit, and your tortillas. And you've got a lovely dessert thing. So this is for this afternoon. Let's see how the brown sugar is cooking over here. Yep, it's getting to look pretty nice. So we're just going to spoon a little bit of the brown sugar over the tortillas. And like I said, we don't want them crispy. You want them soft. So that is all there is to it. And basically we're done. I'm going to put these in the oven. I would imagine, I never really time anything, but no more than 10 minutes. But since we want them soft, I'm out of foil. This is all we need though, right there. And we're going to put these in on the top rack. So I will show you what they look like when they come out, and you're gonna they just smell so good. Okay, I've taken the little roll-ups, the pear roll-ups out of the oven, and I want to show you how they look. And you can see, very, very delicious. They smell so good with that cinnamon and brown sugar. I'm sure you're gonna love these, so try them.
It's lunchtime, and now we're headed to Montrose for one of our favorite restaurants.
Yummy. So one of the best things about being a full-time RVer is being able to get local produce, which we love. So on the way to Montrose, we stopped to get us just some of that. Like wonderful homegrown produce, as you can see here.
That's what I wondered what you wanted to do. Okay, that'll work.
We're here at Jimmer's, our favorite barbecue in Montrose, and it is delicious. Okay, here we go. Oh, that smell. I wish we had smell-o-vision and you could smell that beautiful barbecue smell. Hey, here's a hungry-looking guy. Typical barbecue restaurant. Can't wait for you to see the food. Oh my, here comes our food. Look how scrumptious that looks.
Oh, looks delicious.
Chicken
right here, thank you.
And mine. Thank you.
Absolutely. Barbecue sauce is on the table.
Thank you. And we should know barbecue because we started out in Kansas City. That's where we're both from. And then ended up in Texas, and we've been there for 23 years. So we know barbecue, and it is delicious. Okay, let's get started eating this stuff, Bruce. This is our surprise for you today, coming here to the Russell Stover's factory outlet store. The big factory is back there in the back of the parking lot, and here is the outlet store. And let me take you in here and show you what they have. There's my trusty doorman for me, and oh my goodness, when you walk through this door, it is amazing, the smells. I wish you could smell this aroma of this chocolate. We are good, thanks. Sure.
I have a milk chocolate maple nut cream, which is on promotion.
Thank you.
It's about $14.99 box. You can buy 2, get the 3rd box for free.
Thank you. So,
Anything I can help you with today?
so we're just gonna go around and look.
Okay.
Look at these apples. Oh my goodness. Freshly made. Look at all of that candy. Oh yes. And so the back room is where we are headed. It is so much fun back here. You all are going to be so jealous you're not here with us. The smell is just unbelievable. But this is the place to come, is back here. Now, let us just kind of swoop through here real fast, and I'm going to show you some amazing deals that you will not believe. This is some of their bloopers, they call them. This is the caramel ones. And you can see here, there is just so much candy, like the solid milk chocolate, 37 cents here. And here's more bloopers over here on this side. And now here is all of the Valentine's Day chocolates. And 15 cents for things like this. And milk chocolate caramel, 45 cents for those. Ooh, those look good. And so everything is so much cheaper, and the smell of the chocolate is amazing. But the bad thing is my allergies do not allow me to eat any of the candy here. Unfortunately, there's Bruce, and he's a very happy man to be here. There is candy for 15 cents, 37 cents for white chocolate, strawberry. It just goes on and on. I think I have to hurry up and get Bruce out of here. He's about to really indulge, I think.
We're back in our RV park from Montrose, and now we'd like you to come in and we'll show you what an afternoon looks like. Come on in.
So this is what I do in the afternoons. I normally I'm not too busy in the afternoon if we're not out sightseeing. And I have started doing this just recently, maybe a year ago. And I really enjoy doing mandala painting. And all of these things I've made in maybe a month. And mandala painting is typically that. But you can do mandala painting on just about anything. All of these things I'm going to be giving away as gifts to friends and family, but I love doing it.
So when Linda's upstairs painting, this is where you'll usually find me, at my computer. Emails to return and also bills to be paid. And of course I love to write, and I do a lot of that in the afternoons.
I hope you've enjoyed watching what the Redhead and the Preacher do on a typical day. We enjoy our lives so much being full-time RV'ers. We have so much fun, and I'm glad that you came along with us today.
I am too. Thanks for joining us for a typical day. Just want to remind you to be sure and hit that subscribe button, and that way you'll have a notification of all future videos. Thank you so much for watching. God bless each and every one of you, and remember, may God bless America.